Bye, Jordan.
Okay, have a good.
Yes, I'll see you. You're gonna be late, gonna be late. Oh my God. All right, time is getting away from us. Oh man, I will admit, we got the coolest parking spot literally right outside. This always happens to me. I'm always like working and then time just goes by like this, but I have class right now. Well, technically at 4 o'clock. We have 40 minutes to get there, and honestly, it's about 39 minutes away. So, but welcome back to the channel, you guys. I know we're in a rush right now, but I was thinking let's talk about if the 350Z is gonna be a good car for students to own. Honestly, when you're a student, you don't have very much money and you probably want a car that's pretty reliable, but at the same time, you want a car that's gonna be fun. And the 350Z is definitely both of those things. But is it gonna be practical? Is it gonna be worth owning at this age? I'm gonna talk about 5 different sub points that I've thought of while I was working today. And just discuss the different things that I think would make this car either a good car for students or a bad car for students. Of course, there's points for both sides. We're gonna discuss both of those. I'm gonna start from like least important to most important, so stick around. Today's video has been sponsored by G Fuel. More on that later, huge thanks to them. But the first point I want to talk about is when you're getting your first car in high school / college, you definitely want it to be cool. And that's the first thing I want to talk about with the 350Z is these things just look the part. I'm telling you, like there's one thing to have a fun car, for it to also look just as good as it drives, I mean, that is pretty rare. And the 350Z, of course it has its controversial styling, but I feel like it is right there with some of the greats, honestly, especially from the early 2000s. Oh, Miata gang. Yes. Clean. I feel like the 350Z is already becoming a classic. This body style, I don't feel like it's over-designed whatsoever, yet it still looks modern. Like this car could have been released today, and I feel like people would still be buying it. So there's 2 major design features that I feel like I've noticed over these years that really bring the car together, and it's the rear quarter panel of both sides on this car. There's a line that goes all the way across the car, and then if you follow the roof line down, the way it creates like this perfect X pattern right with the tail light is just so beautiful. Like the proportions are perfect. Like I couldn't have done it better myself, honestly. Like when they were designing this car, they knew exactly what they were doing. And then that also brings me to the front of the car, and I feel like not as many people talk about it. The subtle hint where the headlights protrude into the hood a little bit and just brings them over a little, I feel like just makes the front end look the way it does. I feel like if the headlights were moved over to either side to kind of dodge the hood, it wouldn't look the same and it would look a little odd. Oh man, that sound. We'll talk a little bit of the performance later, but those are just a few things that I think as far as the exterior, like the aesthetics of this car. I just really do think from the early to mid 2000s, it's one of the best looking cars that was made, especially in its price range. So the second thing I want to talk about is like the interior features and like how comfortable it is. And I'm not gonna lie, the 350Z stock seats have pretty solid bolstering on either sides of them. I have swapped in this AX6000 Sony head unit. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. It's wireless CarPlay. I feel like it updates the interior so much. We added this carbon fiber dash as well as the carbon fiber doors. And although not 100% necessary, I feel like it does so much to the modernness of the interior. I'm sorry, I gotta, one sec. So much fun. How are we looking on time? 3:26. We're doing pretty good so far, I'm not gonna lie. As far as some other interior features, this cubby in the middle, which I've got gas receipts. In the normal doors, you have a whole entire side cubby, plus you have cup holders in both doors. I like to put my wallet right here, which is really cool. As you might know, the 350Z does not have a normal glove box. The glove box is actually located right behind the seats. Plus you have 2 additional cubbies on top of the glove box on both sides. I'll put a picture right here showcasing like what behind the seats looks like. Just so much storage they were able to incorporate into the interior. My Miata has close to no interior storage, like no cubbies on the doors. It just has a little shelf right where the soft top sits if the top is up, but but if the top is down, like, you lose that too. So they did a really good job at maximizing all the little spots in this car. People have asked me if the stock dash has Bluetooth, and unfortunately it does not, but a quick head unit install like this makes life so much easier. Love the interior of this car. It's really not as plasticky as some people might think it is. The soft touch materials are actually pretty high quality for the year. This is a 2006, and the only thing that really is an issue, these little door things can get scratched up, especially on the door handles down here, but a quick plasti dip or repainting them black and problem is solved. A lot of people repaint this dash as well because it gets a lot of scratch marks on it. But on to number, wait, I gotta check real quick. I wrote a bunch of notes down here. Yes. On to number 3, we have maintenance costs. And when you're a student, you really want to make sure the car you're going to buy is not going to be hard on the bank. It's going to be pretty reliable. The VQ35 that's found in all 3 variations of the 350Z is extremely reliable. And not only was it found in the 350Z, but the Infiniti G35, seriously, like 7 different Infinitis and like 11 different Nissans had the VQ35, or at least a variation of it. So parts are plentiful. The aftermarket support is amazing on these cars. So if you do need new parts, I mean, they're pretty easy to find, honestly. Seriously, any OEM part you need is still being made to this day, which is so awesome. And as far as the maintenance cost, when you do need to bring it to the shop, it's just a Nissan. It's not like a Maserati or a Porsche or something crazy. I know you can get some of these like $10,000 Porsches, and I really just don't know what the maintenance would be like on one of those things. Like, I cannot imagine it's cheaper than this 350Z. So, you know, just normal Nissan oil change, Nissan spark plugs, like nothing special, So, and that's a huge plus when you're a student and you don't have all the money in the universe. So maintenance really isn't too bad. I would say at about 100,000 miles, which this car is approaching, we're at 95,000. I did the thermostat one time. I've done pretty much all the O2 sensors at this point. There's 4 of them. Plus last week, if you saw the video, we just replaced the cam sensors in the back of the engine, but it seems that all the sensors pretty much go at about 100,000 miles. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you're around that point. Other than that, they're pretty reliable cars, like just simple oil changes and normal maintenance, like just check the belts, stuff like that. The clutch is known to go at about 150,000 miles. That also depends how you drive the car. If you're pretty aggressive, like, you know, it's not gonna last as long. But if you're pretty rehearsed in driving manual, it should last a pretty long time. So, and there's so many different clutch and flywheel kits for this car that finding a new one is really not that hard. I'm gonna try and get in front of this truck real quick. All right, that's how we do it. Okay, I've been staring at this since we left. Let's pull over and get this going. I've just got ice water in here right now. Just pull over here real quick. G Fuel has sponsored today's video, which is so cool. I mean, I've been drinking G Fuel for years now. I'm actually trying a flavor I've never tried before. We have G Fuel Raging Gummy Fish right here. It's perfect, little pouch, 15 ounces of water in here. Check it out. Measurements on the side make it super easy. Only 15 calories, completely sugar-free, all the natural vitamins, antioxidants that you need in your everyday life. They don't actually make anything with sugar in it, which is really cool. Boom. Make sure the cap's on tight, and then you just give it a shake, you know? Okay. It smells pretty dang good. Cheers, you guys. Cheers. Wow. That's pretty dang good. Might be one of my favorites, honestly. If you guys want to check out any of their products, I'm going to leave a link to their website down below at the top of the description. Use my code to get 10% off your entire next order. Once again, thank you so much to G Fuel for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to cruising around. All right, once again, huge thanks to G Fuel for sponsoring this video. All right, so we've covered exterior aesthetics, interior like comfortability, and maintenance costs. Those are all pretty important things, but as we go down this list, we're going to get more and more important. So number 4, the next thing we're going to talk about is the drivability. Like the driving experience, the performance of this car. Of course, we have someone in front of us right now, so we can't really test it. But as soon as this road opens up, which it does right after this bend, I will show you what it's made of. Come on. Yes, of course. You're going this way too. I should have expected. Let's send it. Getting over. 7,000. Just crazy. Oh God, that's bouncy. Just so much fun. If you've never driven a rear-wheel drive sports car that has a manual transmission, like, I don't know how else to explain how much fun it is. Like, you just can't get this experience from a normal car. And there's something about the 350Z that is just so good at delivering this raw feel. Downshifting. I mean, the downshifts are just stupendous. We're back. My GoPro overheated. I mean, just great. the performance is there. I also have the 350z HR as well, and this is the rev up. So the 06, like the manual ones, came with the rev up motor. And honestly, like, I feel like this car is a little bit faster from like 0 to 4,000 RPM, but there's something about the HR that just feels like it's getting faster as it's getting to 7,500 RPM, which is just, it's just crazy, honestly. I love that car. I love this car. I don't think I could ever sell both of these cars, honestly. Like, you'd have to offer me a stupid amount of money, and I don't think I would ever let go of this red one. So if we could just HR swap the red car, I'd be chilling. I'd be so happy. But someday, or maybe we'll just get a Nismo. The sound, it just like has like this gurgling, like, majesticness. I can't even explain it, but I love it. What time is it right now? 3:46 p.m. We have class at 4. That's 14 minutes to get all the way around this mountain, into the parking lot, run in there. And we can't go anywhere because there's people in front of us in all 3 lanes. So we're gonna just chill for right now. But in the meantime, let's talk about the final point, which is probably the most important point of all of them. And it's the affordability and also insurance. I lumped these two together. They could have been their 2 separate points. Insurance, definitely something you want to think about when going to buy a 350Z, especially at a young age. There are things you can do though that will help lower your insurance costs. And like, of course, I always recommend calling your insurance companies, and especially call around to different ones to see the best rates you can get. But I get such a good deal for all 3 of these cars. I pay $180 a month for full coverage on both 350Zs and the Miata, which is pretty amazing. It's all about stacking discounts, like as many as you can get, like good driver discounts, and getting the multiple car discounts. Verified mileage is one. All right, here we are, like school, 351. We got 9 minutes, so we're actually doing a pretty good job as far as making, oh Jesus. I just left the seat for that bump. Oh my God. All right, let's pull in. I got a 4 o'clock real estate class on Mondays. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Turn here. Woo. So much fun. We made it. And the light is green for us already. It's like they knew we were coming. Where is everyone? Is it a holiday or something? It's Monday. Is it like Labor Day? Wait. No. No, I'm face palming right now. I never work Sunday. I got called in. At least I don't have school, but like the stress, the gas money. Well, let's turn it off and do a little walk around, I guess, while we're here. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty embarrassed right now. This is a joke. Well, I guess it is what it is, but at least we got to rip the 350Z. I mean, it's always fun, you know. My GoPro just died, so we're on my phone right now. It had no more life in it. I tried. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit the thumbs up button if you did. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to join the family. I'm posting constant updates with my cars, as well as different things that if you're looking to buy one, different tips and tricks I've learned over the years. And also huge thanks to G Fuel for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking to get some G Fuel, check out the top of the description. I'll put my link down there. You get 10% off your order. Plus it does help out the channel a little bit as well if you do order through my link. So thank you so much once again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.